When you think about WWE's biggest shows of the year, one name always sits just behind WrestleMania, and that's SummerSlam. For decades, SummerSlam has been the crown jewel of WWE's summer programming. It's where titles change hands and legends are made, rivalries reaching a boiling point. From the classic ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon to Seth Rollins making history, to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar tearing the house down. SummerSlam has always delivered big moments. It's the second biggest WWE event of the year, and sometimes it even surpasses WrestleMania in pure wrestling quality. But now things are changing, because in 2025 WWE is officially turning SummerSlam into a two-night extravaganza. So is this a good idea, or are we heading into dangerous waters of oversaturation? Let's break it down. The two-night format isn't new. WrestleMania set the precedent back in 2020, largely due to the pandemic. What started as a necessity quickly became tradition, and for the most part, fans welcomed the change. WrestleMania went from being one 7-hour marathon to two more digestible, focused shows, with two main events, more variety, and more time for talent to shine. So now WWE wants to bring that magic to SummerSlam too. It's easy to see the logic. SummerSlam is just as historic, it deserves some spotlight. And with WWE's roster being bigger and more talented than ever, a second night means fewer snubs, more dream matches, and ultimately more value. At least in theory.
In wrestling theory.
Let's start with the positives. First, more time equals more opportunities. For years, one of the biggest criticisms of WWE's pay-per-views was the number of top-tier stars who didn't make the final cut. Now, with two nights, there's more breathing room. That means more championship matches, more women's matches, more room for mid-card stories to shine, and even time for dream matches that don't involve gold or blood feuds. Second, two nights means two main events. Instead of cramming everything into one giant finale, WWE can split the spotlight. Think about it, at least one man's world title is up for grabs, and that's a surprise to no one. The other spot can be used to give a mid-card title or the tag titles a huge boost. It gives more weight to each match and creates multiple peaks of excitement across the weekend. Third, if one night flops, the other can still save the show. Not every card is perfect. We've all watched a pay-per-view that just didn't hit right. But with a two-night format, there's a safety net. If night 1 underwhelms, night 2 can still be the talk of the town. From a fan engagement standpoint, this is huge. It keeps people interested and talking across the entire weekend, and that's great for the product. But now let's address the elephant in the room, the downsides to it. First and most obvious, ticket prices.
Beyond disrespectful.
Two-night shows are expensive. We're talking about double the travel to the venue, double the hotel nights, double the food, and obviously double the tickets. For many fans, especially families, it becomes a financial nightmare. Second, the uniqueness of WrestleMania is taking a hit. When WrestleMania went to two nights, it was special, it made sense. It was the one show of the year that could justify it. But if SummerSlam also gets the same treatment, what's next? Will Royal Rumble be next? Survivor Series. We're slowly diluting the things that made these big shows feel special. If every major event becomes a two-parter, they all start to feel the same. Third, and this is a big one, oversaturation. WWE is already a time commitment, a huge one. Think about it. Raw is 3 hours, SmackDown 3 hours.
Side note, I pre-produced that video, and in the meantime, SmackDown went from 3 to 2 hours, so my calculations aren't exactly correct anymore.
Premium live event 3 to 4 hours. So you're already at 6 to 10 hours of WWE in 1 week. Now, at the second night of SummerSlam, you're potentially watching 6 to 14 hours of WWE in just 7 days. Add NXT to that, you're now in for 8 to 16 hours per week territory. That's not even counting AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or your favorite indie promotion. Even the most diehard fans can only take so much before they burn out. When every weekly show becomes main event worthy, nothing really feels special anymore. So is a two-night SummerSlam a terrible idea? No, not at all. There's really potential here. More matches, more room for talent, and potentially more moments that define WWE's modern era. But there is also a very fine line between giving fans more and just giving them too much. The bigger concern is what this move signals, because this might not stop at SummerSlam. If the 2-night model works, financially and viewership wise, it might become the standard for all big WWE shows, and that could lead to fatigue faster than WWE realizes. In the end, WWE needs to be careful. Bigger doesn't always mean better. Sometimes what makes a show special is that it only comes once a year, and it leaves us wanting more, not looking at the clock. So what do you think? Is the 2-night SummerSlam a welcome evolution or a sign of WWE going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. You've been watching WW.
The best things in wrestling.